Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In this discourse, we would learn the blasphemy laws in different religions. Let me start it that every nation, every state, and every country seeks to protect its most valuable beliefs from the public abuse. Jewish, Christian, and Muslim legal traditions have all attempted to define and prohibit the blasphemy laws, insult or verbal attack against their religion, against its rights and symbols, against God and His messengers. The prophet of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are described as the receivers of the divine revelation and is different from ordinary people by virtue of their relationship with God. However, after the prophets have passed away, it remains the responsibility upon their true followers to defend them against acts of blasphemy. The issues of blasphemy become a subject of debate among the various factions of these religions. Let me start it from the Christianity, how they were looking and observing the blasphemy law. The most common punishment for blasphemers in Christianity was capital punishment through hanging or stoning, justified by the words of Leviticus, which is the third book of the Torah of the Old Testament, which says, "Then the Lord spoke to the Musa والسلام, saying, bring out of the camp the one who cursed, and let all who heard him lay their hands on his head, and let all the congregation stone him." This is a religious belief within the Christianity. Historically, the common law offense of blasphemy had grown out of a canon law and made it an offense to offend Christianity only. The last time a case of blasphemy was brought before the courts was in 1977, when Mary Whitehouse instituted a private prosecution against a gay newspaper for publishing a poem which seemingly portrayed Jesus والسلام, as the object of homosexual love. The current British law on blasphemy developed during the 17th century. It grew out of the much older law of heresy, which was designed to protect the Christian church against all forms of dissidence. Until the end of the 19th century, this law was frequently invoked with a quite various repressiveness against those who made disrespectful references to God or Jesus or the church. In 1729, for example, a Cambridge academic, a true believer, Thomas Wollaston was successfully prosecuted for the writing of a series of pamphlets against the Christianity, and Wollaston was detained until he died in prison in 1733. In 1656, James Naylor, a Quaker from Bristol, was charged with claiming equality with God. He was trialed in a high court of the parliament. Then he was put in the prison as well till he died. In 1676, during the trial of an apparently accused, a Majnoon person, confused man who claimed that Jesus Christ was so and so, and that the religion he founded was a cheat. The Lord Chief Justice Sir Matthew Howell first laid down the principles of that Christianity was the part of the law of England, and that a threat to the church was by its nature a threat to the state. In 1949, Lord Dinningham declared that the blasphemy was a dead letter law, having fallen into disuse so many years, but with the Gay News case proving that the law was not a dead letter law. The case of a British woman accused of a blasphemy in Sudan prompted renewed calls of abolition of this law in 2008. A letter to Telegraph was signed by various high-profile British figures, including the authors, academicians, campaigners, professors, bishops, historians, alongside with other political artistic figures. The letter said, in the light of the widespread outrage at the conviction of a British teacher for blasphemy in Sudan over the name of a teddy bear, is it not time to repeal our own blasphemy law? The ancient common law of blasphemous label aims to protect beliefs rather than the communities. Most religious commentators are of the view that Almighty God does not need the protection of such laws, and we are the representative of the religious, secular, legal, and artistic opinion in this country, and share the view that blasphemy offense serves no useful purpose. With the backing of the that time Prime Minister Mr. Gordon Brown, on May 2008, the Criminal Justice and Immigration Act 2008 abolished the blasphemy laws of England and Wales. The parts of the Criminal Justice and Immigration Act was abolished. Blasphemy applied only England and Wales. The laws in Scotland and Northern Ireland remained the same. So the question is, it is not only the Islam people are accusing that blasphemy should not be punished. However, I will discuss it in another episode, what Islam says and how Islam treated. Historically, if we want to learn, European countries have had laws against the breach of the sanctity of religion. It may be very surprising for many of us that about half the European countries still have the blasphemy laws in presence. However, only Italy, Germany, Poland, and Finland still actively use those laws. So people unnecessarily accuse Islam this and that. It is a respect. If you respect someone, he will respect you. If you will not respect someone, he will not respect you. It is tit for tat. Jazakumullahu khair. Ahsan al jaza. Inshallah, next episode we will discuss the Islam, blasphemy in Islam. Jazakumullahu khair.